Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another full soul driving video. Today we're testing the brand new update. We are on, we're already moving. We are on 11.4.2. Now we're gonna try to get out of the neighborhood again. I know sometimes it's a struggle for the car, so let's see how it does it. Now, to begin with, I'm glad that we're going 25 miles per hour as a max, because I know sometimes the car doesn't know how fast it should go in the neighborhood. So I'm glad that we're going. See, it changed to 19, which is good. That's a good speed. We have a four-way stop sign right here. Everything is clear. The car proceeded pretty good. That was quick. That was a lot quicker than before. That's nice. We have a little roundabout here. Another four-way stop sign. Once again, it is clear. There's a golf cart coming in, but they're far. Car should commit. All right. That was really good too. Still a little bit slower than a human driver would, but I know the car makes a complete stop since it cannot do rolling stops anymore. Now, this is not a four-way stop sign, and the car sometimes struggles and stays on the road and trying to just pick up any cars coming. Let's see how fast it does it this time. All right, so that's what I was talking about. And then it commits. So it's still a little bit slow compared to human drivers, but it's still safe. I know it only does it so that it makes sure that the it's a clear path and no cars are coming. So I'm not gonna complain about safety, never. But that was really good. It didn't struggle getting out of the neighborhood. I would give it a 7 out of 10 just because of that last stop. There's always improvement to be made. So but really good start. So the light just turned green. So this is an unprotected left. Let's see how it does it. Now it is kind of leaning a little bit to the left. Let's see. It is clear to go. So it should just go away. Oh, there is a car coming. Let's see what they're going to do. Okay. Then it goes a little bit slow. But not bad. Not bad. Once again, it was slow because of the safety thing. So I'm not going to complain about that, but that was really good. Um, let's see. Today we do have highway driving again. So we're going to make one stop and then we're going to go right into the highway drive. So we're going to see how it does that. Yeah, and I'll keep you guys updated on anything that happens. I have been driving the new update for about a day, and something that I noticed the first drive that I did was that the car is quick to just move over to the next lane if the car in front is going like 5 miles an hour less than your max. So personally, I like that, but then I also noticed that it was doing it a lot, like overly. It was doing it over and over again. So I mean, I feel like they just overdid it, and maybe they should just tone it down a little bit. See, like right here, the car is going 40, and it just goes to the next lane. Now, before it would do that, but it would take a while. Like it would give the car ahead a couple of seconds to see if it was going to, go a little bit quicker. Um, if you see, we are on assertive, and we don't have minimal lane changes on. So I'm letting the car be as aggressive as it can. Um, so let's see how we do with this drive. But I did notice that the first time that I drove this new update. Okay, so that car in front of us just randomly hit the brakes. Um, I don't know why, but the car did a pretty good job at anticipating that it hit the brakes, and we braked at the same time. So not bad. I wonder if now we're going 48 instead of 52. I wonder if the car is going to go ahead and do that I was talking about with the aggressive turning and switching lanes. Okay, now we have a clear lane, so it should just go. Now, so far so good. no events. Um, Now we switched the speed limit to 35, and now we switched it back to 45. I wonder if the car saw something, saw like a sign. I know this is a 45 for sure, so we're not supposed to switch back to 35. But I do wonder if the car saw that a sign somewhere that said 45, and maybe it mistakenly mistakenly said 35. So that'd be interesting to see in the footage. You never get tired of looking at the visuals and just seeing how much the car can see. Um, the Tesla team has done such an awesome job at, mapping and visualizing every car, if it's an SUV, if it's a bigger truck, um, if it's a sedan, like they've been doing such an amazing job. And look, you can see the cars behind you. Now I do wonder that if in the future we're gonna have like this view, but in real life, like with the actual street, the actual cars, the color of the cars. I'm not sure if that's something that they're planning to do in the future. They don't have to do it because it's not necessary. But I just wonder, now that they've gotten this far, I wonder if the car can just map out the cars that it's looking at. Also, we're still missing a real 360 camera. I know this looks like a 360 camera, but I know the gaps between the car in front of me and the car behind me are not completely accurate. So I would like to see that 360 camera in the future. I mean, this is such a futuristic car that you'd think by now would have a 360 camera like um, most techie cars do. But, I guess it's not in the priority list right now. Um, Definitely would like to see it in the future though. All right, so we are coming up on our intersection right here. Um, Car already has it mapped that it's going to the left. Blinker is on. Smooth, smooth, very smooth. I like it. It has gotten a lot better doing that. Now we already have the green light, which is perfect. Blinker is on. Let's see how smooth it does it. Now the car in front of us is taking a little while. Let's see, following the path, following the lane. That was beautiful. I feel like that has been 10 out of 10 for quite a few updates now. I'm sure they could improve the speed, the turning, or sometimes when the streets are not labeled or, it doesn't have the correct path. I'm sure the car is able to map it out and predict it. But for me, I mean, those turns have been A plus. That is something that has been mastered, I guess you can say it. Um, so I think they can move on from working on those. Now, this is a smaller intersection or a smaller street, so we did switch the speed limit to 40 miles an hour. As you guys know, I do have it 15% over the speed limit because here in Florida, nobody drives the speed limit, so I don't want people to be honking at me. Now, we do have to turn right at this red light. It doesn't seem like we're going to be able to do a right on red because there are some cars in front of us. Um, so, you know, the rights on green are usually pretty smooth since the car doesn't have to worry about any other cars coming in. It just has to worry about any oncoming pedestrians. But doesn't seem to be any pedestrians either, so I think this is going to be a pretty smooth ride. We're going to get to a first destination and then we're going to get right into the highway driving, so we're going to have to get out of the city and go onto the highway, and then we'll see how that goes because I've seen the car struggle in past updates. I haven't tried highway driving this update, so here comes our rider on green. Now there are some pedestrians here, so let's see how it does that. Ooh, that was nice. That was nice. So the car didn't hesitate at all. It just went around the pedestrian like a regular human driver would. That was nice. That was really, really nice. I wonder how long it took the car to see the pedestrian and then react to it. I saw it a little bit earlier, so maybe I would have moved over earlier. But I have to give it to the car. In past updates, it would totally freak out and just kind of just sit there and wait for the pedestrian to see what it was gonna do, and then maybe move over. That was smooth. That was really nice. congrats to the FSD team for nailing that one. We have the first stop sign here. Really good. That was an easy stop. No cars around. Um, let's see what's next. We do have another stop sign right here. Once again, a pretty easy one. Since there are no cars around, there's just one car in front of us. It doesn't seem like there's any pedestrians walking around. All right. Now we are stopping a little bit ahead. Okay, now we are. There we go. Okay, so it took the car a little bit longer for some reason. I'm not mad about it. I'm not gonna complain, but it wasn't as smooth as the last one. We're merging here, and then we have a four-way stop here, and then we have to turn left. Now, there's usually more cars on these stops, so let's see. Let's see how it does that. Let's see if we're gonna get any cars at all. Once again, we're stopping here. We're clear to go. Okay, not bad, not bad. I'm sure cars behind me are probably like, why are you stopping, for such a long time where there are no cars around? We have a speed bump here, and the car completely just ran over it. Didn't even slow down. So that's something that, maybe the FSD can work in the future. Speed bumps. I know in the past they used to see them and they used to visualize it on the screen. Doesn't seem like that's the thing anymore. Here comes another speed bump. You guys see that? Okay, there is slowed down just a little bit, but it still went over pretty fast. So back to what I was saying. I'm sure the cars behind me are probably like, "Why are you stopping?" When there are no cars around, just kind of roll it. So now we stopped for this one, so that was good. All right, so here's our destination. We're gonna get right into highway driving. All right, everybody, now we're in part 2 of today's drive. Now this is the highway, as you can see here on the map. We're going to take this road, and then we're going to hit the highway. So let's go ahead and see how the car does. Now, the car was already able to take me to my first destination in the morning. Now we're going to our second destination about 20 minutes away. So let's take a look. We're going from city streets to the highway. It should be pretty good. The car has to merge and get in and out of the highway a couple times. So I'm excited to see the improvements on this new update. According to Elon, this is supposed to be, or this is the update that goes wide to most full self-driving users. So that means in his eyes, this is the really good update. This is supposed to be the one that that clears those boundaries to go wider. So let's see how true that is. As you guys saw in the first part of the video, the city street was good. I gave it about a 7 out of 10. Still working on those stop signs, so we'll see. Once again, we have a protected left turn. Light is green. We can see that on the screen. We see it here. Now, once again, these have been really smooth all throughout. So no complaints. Once again, that was really good. So some of the things that we're looking out once we're on the highway is when we have a merging lane, making sure that we're going to see if the car can merge before the lane ends, because we've seen that in the past the car likes to go all the way to the end and then merge. So let's see how it does it today. Also adjusting speed. So you see it here on the screen, we're 45 miles per hour. I want to see how fast the car is able to switch speeds to the highway speed, which is usually 60 to 70 miles an hour. So right now we have to turn right. Let's see, blinker is on. We have a green light, so it should be pretty smooth. All right, here we go. Car to our left here. So we're gonna have to merge into the left lane. That was fast. That was good. I'm glad that the car, just went for it right away. It didn't just go in the right lane and then merged. So that was good. So far, so good. Now we do have to move over one more lane. We are clear on the left, so no cars coming. So that should be pretty easy. So we're gonna go now. Good, good. And then we have to merge one more time. Okay, I see that the car is braking a little bit. Okay, not bad. Now here, cars usually start to pick up the speed because we're on the highway already. So we're still at 45 miles an hour. Now we should be switching soon. Okay, so there it goes, 65. And then we're merging one more time because we do have to merge onto another highway. So, like I said, there's a lot of merging today. So I'm excited to see how the car does. So far, so good. Now it has the truck highlighted because it has to merge into the next lane. That was good. I believe we have to merge one more time or even two more times. So here comes another highlighted car because we have to merge. Switching lanes. Looks good so far. And let's see. I think we have to go one more time. Let's see. Yep, there it goes. All right, so we decided to go behind this car. Not bad. Personally, I probably would have gone in front of him because he's going a little bit too slow for my liking. Okay, so the car's deciding to merge one more time, which is fine. These two lanes would have worked. Okay, so far so good. The car found its way to the right lane and to the right exit. That's good. Now we'll see. Speed looks good. We're going 75 miles an hour. Here comes a ramp. Let's see if the car can slow down for the ramp because, it is a wide turn. So I don't want to get the turn at 75 miles an hour. I probably want to slow down a bit. Okay, so it is interesting to see that the car changed the speed to 55 miles an hour on the ramp. There was no 55 miles an hour sign anywhere, so the car did that by itself. Now that's interesting to me because it means that the car knows it's on a ramp and it shouldn't go too fast. So, that's good. That's improvement, absolutely. Safety is always first. Now that car completely cut me off and the car didn't freak out. That's once again improvement. That's predicting where the other cars are going to go. Now, these two lanes are going to end and we have to merge. You guys see the sign up ahead. I wonder how fast the car is going to go. It sees the lanes, it sees the lines, it sees the merge sign. Let's see. I would have merged by now because I know that the lane is going to end. So I see that the car is not doing that. I wonder if it's going to go all the way to the end or if it's going to merge before. So yeah, it looks like it's still going all the way to the end. Matter of fact, it's speeding up right now and we're not supposed to do that. So I'm going to head and hit the brakes here. I disengaged. That was not so good. That was not so good because the lane was going to end and the car thought it had a free lane to go and it was actually speeding up. So not so good right there. Definitely some feedback to be given right there. So I re-engaged so we could keep going and see how the car is able to merge out of the highway. I believe there's still some construction here. Last time that I did the drive, the car struggled a little bit to get off the highway because there was some construction. So we're gonna see how it takes it. Now there is construction, but there's nothing different than before. So the car should be able to do it this time. All right, so you see here it says we're switching lanes into the faster lane. Now, to me, that's quite cool because it acted the same way I would have acted. That white car is going slower than I am. The truck is going slower than I am. I'm gonna go ahead and switch into a faster lane. Now here comes a cargo truck. Let's see if it's able to also switch lanes. So there's a car to our left. Now we should merge to the left. Let's see how fast it does it. Still waiting for it. Maybe not. So it's switching to the right lane, which is also available. It's also fair to do that. You know, I feel like the more that I drive the car, I'm able to understand and predict what it's gonna do more. Now, obviously, it doesn't happen all the time. Like sometimes the car thinks for itself and it does things that I didn't think it was gonna do. But I feel like for the most part, I've gotten used to, how it's gonna react or when it should do certain behaviors. So we are once again getting off at Sheridan Street, which is in 1.2 miles. As you can see, we are already on the right lane, which is the exit lane. So that's good. I hear that in this update, the car is supposed to start merging onto the exit lanes a little bit sooner than before. Um, I know we had that issue. A lot of us, a lot of drivers had that issue where, if you had zero point 0.6 miles left, the car would still be on the left lane, the faster lane, and they would try to, go from the left lane all the way to the right lane in zero point 0.2 miles, which is not right. Okay, so this is appropriate. We are supposed to merge into this lane, which is the exit lane. So that's good. And then we're supposed to exit the highway here. Let's see how it does that. All right, so far so good. As you can see, there is some construction there. But that was fair. We already changed speeds as well, which is another plus. Since we're merging out of the highway, we do have to switch speeds. That was good. Very nice. 10 out of 10. That was smooth. No hesitation from the car whatsoever. A lot better than before, I gotta say. So it's always nice to do the same routes over and over, and then you see the improvement over time. Hit the brakes a little bit hard that time, but there is traffic coming up, so I understand why I did it. So we're back to city street speed limit, which is 45. My max is 52. Once again, Florida drivers do not drive the speed limit. Now, this is an interesting one because we do have a three-way turn, if that makes any sense. Like every lane is turning right, and we're supposed to stay in the middle lane. Now, sometimes it's scary because people don't stay in their lanes. Let's see how the car does this. That was beautiful. A plus. That was exactly how I would have done it. It didn't hesitate at all, even though I had a truck to the left. I was good. I love how confident the car is. It seems like it knows what it's going to do. It seems like it's assertive. Once again, we are an assertive, so it does seem like that. It does seem that way, and it feels like that when it's driving. So that's good. I mean, we're about 4 minutes away from our destination. We went from one city to another city. We took the highway. So far, so good. I'm liking this update. Every big update that happens, Tesla, it's making a they're putting an emphasis on why this service is worth the money that it's worth. Now, is it worth $15,000? Um, I wouldn't say so. I would say maybe it's closer to the 10, maybe 7,000, because right now it is able to drive you anywhere across the country, with just, the nag on the wheel. You really don't have to step on the pedal. It really can do everything or most of things by itself. Now, is it worth 15,000? Maybe not yet. Not yet, but it is. They are making a case for it. They are improving. They are, you know, um, making those little changes that make you feel like you spent the money and it was worth it. Okay. Now we have to turn left in 0.5 miles. It is another intersection. Personally, there's a gap here to my left, so I would have chosen that gap already. Now the car is choosing to do it now at a red light. Maybe not the best decision, but it did it. Okay. Now that's something that's gonna come with more time, and I feel like the more that the car drives, and the more than the full self driving team can look at videos and look at footage of predictions and how the car is going to see into the not see into the future, but yeah, just predict where the other cars are going to be. Those little decisions are going to be easier and they're going to be more smooth. Now, the car just sees a spot and it goes like it just did there. It wasn't the best choice, in my opinion, but that comes with time. Small updates can fix that. It's not a big deal. As long as the car does it safely and it does it correctly, I'm okay with that. So here comes the intersection. At this light, we have to turn left. Let's see. All right, blinkers on, nag on the wheel. All right, it chooses the left lane. That's great. Um, no problem. It could have chosen either one. We got the green light. So here we go. Let's see how does this turn. All right. Yep. Once again, that was good. 10 out of 10. Now, we are still going 30 miles an hour, which is not right. This is a 45. So maybe, once the car sees the sign, it's going to change. Now, I am going to take over right now because, as you see, the car wants to turn into this entrance, and this is not the right entrance because this is an owner's entrance, or the people that live here. We have to go through the visitor's entrance, which is a couple blocks down. So I'll get back to you guys once I'm in the neighborhood, and we'll see how the car can manage, some parked cars on the road, maybe some pedestrians, some kids riding bikes. So I'll catch up back to you guys once we're inside. All right, so we've made it past the gate and we're in the neighborhood. We do have a four-way stop sign right here, so let's see how the car does it. Stop completely. It's free to go. And we're good to go. All right, so a couple of things to look at while inside a neighborhood is the speed limit. Now, I don't like speed limit at 30. I feel like that's a little bit too fast for pedestrians, kids, and just in general. It has a speed limit of 30. I just don't want the car to be going that fast, so I'm gonna go ahead and move it down to 25. I think that's a little bit safer. We also have a few speed bumps that, once again, if you saw the first part of the video, the car doesn't like to stop for. So let's see how it does it here. Okay, so it slowed down a little bit, but it slowed down at the end. Um, it would be nice for the car to slow down, um, with some time before the speed bump. We have to turn right here. Let's see. All right, that was good. Now, this is an interesting stop sign because the stop sign is back here, but the line actually is up here. So I'm glad that the car stopped at the line and not back at the stop sign. And that was good. That was quick. It saw that it was clear on both sides and it went. Feel like we're going a little bit too quick for this neighborhood. We have some parked cars on the left and the right. So yep, the car was able to go in the middle between both of them. That was good. Once again, speed bump that we're not slowing down for. So far so good. I like the neighborhood. I like how the car is confident. I'd like to see some more pedestrian work. We only saw that one pedestrian worker in the first part of the video, but I'd like to see some more pedestrian work. So maybe next video I can go into um, a busier area where there's more people walking and things like that to see how the car can behave around pedestrians. Here's a three-way stop sign. It's clear to go, but maybe the gate moving on the left threw the car off a little bit. So that's why I was hesitant to do that. Here we have an unmarked road, and the car is kind of, keeping, staying on the right. But it's not hovering the middle, which was good. I was okay. Now it's hovering the middle. which is odd because we were just on the right. So let's see. Okay, now we're going back to the right. We have to turn right here. Back on the wheel. Once again, unmarked roads. I mean, I see a little bit of marking, but for the most part, it's unmarked. The car is hovering over the middle, which is not so good. We got to stick to the right. And then we have to turn left. Now, this is not a stop sign, but I'm glad that the car slows down and stopped, because sometimes some cars come over the right side. And that was really good. We made it to our destination. Um, Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the new update. We got to see some city streets. We got to see a little bit of pedestrian work. We got to see some highway. One disengagement in total. For a whole video, one disengagement is good. So we are getting better. The car is improving. The full self driving is improving as we speak. So that's really good. I hope you guys enjoy once again. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.